Hey, Dr. Gene Clerkin here, and I want to welcome you to part 2 of our Unlocking Your Chronic Inflammation Code series. And today I'm going to share with you something that may completely change how you think about your health, and it completely turns the conventional approach to inflammation on its head. Now, heart disease, diabetes, cancer, all the big killers, what do they have in common? Chronic inflammation. There are over 140 autoimmune, 140 plus and counting autoimmune conditions, inflammation based, right? All of your joint pain, muscle aches, chronic hormonal imbalances, and all of your menopausal type symptoms, all related to chronic inflammation, as well as all of your chronic health issues that all always have an inflammation base. So naturally, with that in mind, uh, medicine and even natural approaches are going to focus on handling inflammation. But what if inflammation wasn't really the problem? What if inflammation was the solution? Let's start with the digestive system, because this is really the key to the inflammation issue here. And so the digestive system, it's, obviously the mouth, the throat, the stomach, and the intestines down through there. And this helps us with, assimilating nutrients, with converting hormones, with blood sugar regulation, with detoxification, many processes from the top to the bottom, very important. And so it's like the trunk of the tree. And if the trunk of the tree is not healthy, then the leaves can't possibly be healthy. So that'd be like the thyroid and the different glands and organs are the leaves, and the digestive system is the trunk of the tree. So what happens to it? What breaks it down? Well, the things that, that break down our health, which is going to be toxins, environmental toxins, stresses, just emotional stress, that type of stuff, foods that are challenging to the body. But the main breakdowns, let's start with this, upper GI. Inadequate stomach acid is rampant. And so if we don't have an adequate stomach acid, what happens is we're not going to break down our proteins properly, which means we're going to be deficient in amino acids, which are the building blocks of our body. It also means rotting proteins are going to move through the gut and cause inflammation and cancers and things like that. What else? It means that inadequate stomach acid, we're not breaking free from our foods the minerals, and minerals are involved in many processes in the body, building hormones and detoxification, all that. And the other thing that's going to happen is we have inadequate stomach acid, more parasites and funguses that come in the alimentary canal are going to get past what's supposed to be the acid barrier and get down into the intestines, where they it's a great environment for them. So in the mid digestive system, let's call it, you have ancillary organs like the liver and the gallbladder. And so in combination, we're talking about the conversion of hormones, we're talking about keeping up with the toxic load, cholesterol levels, breaking down our fruit sugars, we're talking about production of bile to break down our fats and aid in our bowel movement, all that kind of stuff. And then we have the pancreas, which again, most people's pancreas have been under stress because too many carbohydrates, too many sugars, blood sugar regulation, and digestive enzymes as well. And these break down, and that's going to throw up a lot of processes. And then you get into the lower gut, the microbiome here. And when this gets out of balance, and how does it get out of balance? With, again, toxins, too many crappy foods and sugars and carbohydrates, and some of those pathogens that got through the acid barrier that wasn't there, right? The parasites, the funguses. So the good guys get killed off, antibiotics, things like that, and the parasites, the funguses kind of take over the neighborhood. They give off toxins that poke holes in the gut permeability. So more foreign proteins, either undigested foods or other proteins, are getting into the bloodstream, and our immune system is lined up right there behind the intestinal wall to handle those things. And this is immune response. This is inflammation, and it becomes like a chronic or systemic inflammation when this is ongoing and the gut breaks down. Some of these toxins are going to get through the immune system as well, and they're going to get into places like the thyroid or the adrenals or whatever it may be. And wherever they go, that's what they're going to call them. They're going to say, oh, you got inflammation in the thyroid, that's Hashimoto's. You got inflammation in your joints, that's arthritis. You got inflammation in your liver, that's hepatitis, right? And this is the way it works. So the conventional approach is, of course, to try to reduce inflammation. But what if, again, the inflammation is the solution to all these toxins and stresses in the body. So instead of fighting against the body, trying to suppress the inflammation, we want to help the body. We want to understand it, what it's trying to tell us, what it's doing, and listen to it and help guide it along in handling the underlying cause that's caused the inflammation. And then, of course, the inflammation itself can resolve because you've resolved the underlying reason why it's happening. So that's pretty much it in a nutshell. The breakdown of the digestive system is a major component to this chronic inflammation issue that leads to all of these other issues. And instead of fighting against the inflammation, we want to begin to work with our body, understand what it's trying to do, and help it along and guide it, right? So in the next video, we're going to take the next step. And I'm going to talk about resetting the gut, supporting digestion, and creating a real foundation for health. The same strategy that we've used with clients for over 20 years, and we're going to share those same ones with you. So looking forward to seeing you next time. Again, Dr. Clerkin, Unlocking Your Chronic Inflammation Code. We'll see you next time.